Hi, it's Jo here from Rhythm and Tunes Piano School. Just sitting here pondering a few lesson plans for tomorrow. Got a full schedule, teaching schedule tomorrow morning, and just thought I'd pop on here and give you a few updates of what's been going on here in the studio this week. So I wish I had a glass of wine here to share with you, but I've actually got a protein shake. So I have just finished a 2-day detox and finishing that process up with a protein shake. So cheers for the weekend. Hey Pauline, how are you? Oh, hello Alison. I've got you on my list, Alison, to contact about your query. Hello Nancy. Post below if you can hear me. Let me know how you're going this week and what you're celebrating. So I think that it's always a good idea to focus on what's going well, because if we were to sit in front of the 24/7 news cycle, we'd be in a little bit of a puddle on the floor. So let me know what you're all celebrating this week. What's something great that's happened for you. So for me, I had a student in here on Wednesday. Oh gosh, it only feels like a minute ago, but it was on Wednesday. And she's a girl who has been coming for maybe 3 years, maybe, if that. I'd have to check her enrolment form. But she's an example of somebody who has followed the process that we go through here to the letter. And on Wednesday, I just was able to witness some incredible results from that commitment and from that determination and that the consistency, I suppose, that I've seen her demonstrate week in, week out. We have to keep a playlist. We need to tick our playlist every day. We need to memorize 30 to 50 songs even before we start looking at sheet music to be able to learn how to decode it. And she's done everything that she's been asked to do, and she played about, I should never be surprised, but I always am. It's been happening for 13 years, but every time this happens, I'm always, I am surprised and completely, absolutely delighted, because people come in and they just play me 4 pages of music from memory or 5 pages of music from memory, and it feels like it's come out of nowhere because of the way that we approach the decoding of sheet music. It feels like it's just happened overnight, but it of course hasn't. She's put the work in and she's done everything she's been asked to do, and she's able to sit down and play the piano really freely. So that was just absolutely fantastic for me. So I don't know if anyone's popped. I can't see the comments here. So I don't know if you've actually popped your celebration in yet. Hello Dawn, how are you? But please make sure you just post something below just so I know what it is that has been really great for you this week. So a conversation I wanted to share with you also occurred in my Music on Steroids. Hey Shima, is that how I say your name? Shima? Hope I've got that right. In the Music on, we had week 5 of the current round of Music on Steroids. I can't believe it. This year just feels like it's catapulting into Christmas. I was at my local shopping centre this week, and the Christmas trees are already up. The Christmas celebrations are already up. So yes, week 5, and so I was having this discussion with the ladies in that program, and it was all around this idea of creating a neural pathway. Now, I am no neuroscientist, but in my experience, the analogy that I think speaks to me and perhaps helps explain it to others is one that I can't take credit for. I wish I knew who told this to me a few years ago, but I would credit them. But it is all around how when we're learning something that's brand new, it's kind of like if we were to build a road through a forest. And so we've got this massive forest of trees, and we're needing to cut down the trees. We're needing to get all the massive machinery in, and the bulldozers, and it takes a lot of time and a lot of energy, that first step, to actually cut down all of those trees in that forest to make a pathway that will eventually become a road. And so that's the first step. And so when we travel that pathway the first time, it's really quite bumpy, and it's not smooth, and it's probably not comfortable if you're in a car. And even the second time through, it might have been graded, and it might have been graded, and it's a bit smoother, but it's still a bit bumpy. It's still a dirt road, and we're still kind of bumping along a little bit, but it's much better than it was when we'd only just kind of cut the trees down. And then the third time through, once the bitumen's been laid, it becomes a super highway, doesn't it? And it's just so easy, it's cruising through, and that's how I imagine it is in our brain when we're learning something new and we're trying to connect the neural pathways in our minds. So take heart if you are finding something a little bit difficult because it is new to you. Well, that's absolutely perfectly normal. And don't pick the piano up and throw it out the window, as I often joke about with my kids. Just take a break, go and grab a coffee, and come back to it. And honestly, it's perseverance and consistency that will win this race, because I've never had anybody through this program who hasn't been able to do it. So please take heart and make sure, and I suppose even people, because I work a lot with people who have played the piano previously, so they've created these new pathways in their brains when they were children. However, they haven't created, generally speaking, the pathway that is involved in memorizing so much music. And so they're back at square one in terms of this new way of looking at music and absorbing it organically just into our fingers. So and they often want to take notes. And if there's one conversation I have more than any other conversation in class, with parents and with adult students, kids don't care. They just sort of follow the instructions and do what I ask them to do. But parents and adult students, they tend to really feel nervous about the fact that they're unable to take any notes in class. And the analogy I give them is, did you have to take notes when you learned how to drive a car? And I've never had anybody tell me that they had a notebook with them when they were learning how to drive a car. It would be ludicrous, wouldn't it? It would be like saying, okay, or writing, lift left foot, place on left pedal, push foot down, whatever. It doesn't make sense. And this is exactly the same process that we're unfolding here. So it also doesn't make sense to write notes. If we exchange notes, like music notes, which we don't look at initially, for another set of notes, well, we may as well be learning from a methodology that teaches you that way. And I did have a lady quite a few years ago who went and tried that, and she came back 6 years later because it didn't work. So it didn't work for her. I'm not saying it doesn't work for some people. Obviously, it must, because we do have concert pianists on the grand world stage. So, but we're not all called to the grand world stage, are we? Some of us just want to do it for ourselves, just do it for us, just do it for enjoyment, just do it for brain health and memory, and just to be able to pass the time and escape everything that's being thrown at us on the news at the moment. So there you go. Hey Virginia, how are you? And Kay, Fantastic to see you all on here. Thank you for joining me. I wish I had a wine to share with you, but I was just saying earlier, I've got a protein shake after doing a 2-day detox over the last couple of days. Feeling really great after that, and looking forward to a big weekend. So I just also wanted to share with you, as I said, the time is just like disappearing, and our next round of Music on Steroids commences on Wednesday, this Wednesday, the 18th of November, 12:30 SA time. So if you are someone who has some prior experience of playing the piano, maybe 2 to 2.5, 3+ years, and you are looking to be able to sit down at any piano, anywhere, anytime, and just be able to play and not have to say, sorry, I've left my music at home, which is a story I've heard again and again. Reach out on this page, come and join us, and I would love to journey with you through this program over the next 5 weeks. And then there's 3 more normal lessons after that. So we have a 2-hour power session every Wednesday, 12:30 SA time. And then once we're through that 5 weeks, we would then have another 3 normal lessons, group lessons together. So we're working together for 8 to 10 weeks, and there'll be a little bit of flexibility this time around the Christmas break. So take care for now. Have a great weekend. Thanks for all jumping on. I still can't see your comments, so I don't know what you're celebrating, but I'll have a look later, and hopefully it's some really good things. So goodbye for now. Take care. Bye.